In what was a disappointing and flat performance on Sunday, the Jets' outside cornerback group were spectacular against the Baltimore Ravens. So let's take a look at the All-22 of Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed together, and I'll show you why they have the opportunity to be one of the best corner tandems in the NFL. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's Luke here from Play Like a Jet, and we're back today to talk about Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed and just how well they played against Baltimore. The pair was spectacular. 34 pass coverage reps, 1 reception allowed by Sauce for 8 yards, 2 pass breakups, and an interception. They were just dominant, and it's a great sign for what's to come for the New York Jets. So I wanted to start looking at a couple of plays from Sauce because in the process of the draft, everyone talked about how good he was in press coverage, but his eyes, discipline, and intelligence in zone stood out on this All-22 film. This first play was the pass breakup against Mark Andrews, and it was simply spectacular. The Jets are in a cover 3 shell, something Robert Saleh loves to run. I'm going to let it run through. You can take a look at the play. Sauce is on the bottom of your screen. You can see him tracking back with the crossing route on the tight end, meets him at the catch point, playing the eyes, not the football, does a spectacular job. So what are the Ravens doing here? They're actually in 22 personnel, so very, very heavy, and that means the Jets have to match it. Instead of having Michael Carter on the field in the slot position, they've got Quan Alexander as the extra linebacker. He's second from the right-hand side of your screen. They're trying to run 2 verticals on the left-hand side of their formation. That means that Quan has to carry the number 2 vertically. And then Mark Andrews, who's tight to the line of scrimmage on the left-hand side of the Baltimore formation, is running this crossing route. What makes this play so impressive from Sauce is the intelligence and the understanding. Early in the rep, you're going to see him start to come down a little bit. He's got eyes on the play action and the running back. Once he passes that off to the safety, who's Whitehead, he releases back, but you can see him point out that you've got the fullback leaking from the right-hand side of the Baltimore line, going from his protection into a leak to a little shallow cross. Sauce makes sure he understands and communicates that he's out. Then he goes, uses that make-up speed, and makes a phenomenal play on the football. What makes this so impressive? High points the ball, but he doesn't turn around and risk losing a step on Mark Andrews. He plays the eyes and the hands of the receiver. He goes straight through them and causes the pass breakup. We'll watch it through one more time. It just shows incredible wherewithal for a rookie. Passes off the running back, identifies that fullback creeping across the formation, and then go and make a play on the football. That's spectacular from Sauce. So the second play I wanted to take a look at to really accentuate how well Sauce played in zone coverage was actually the Joyner DPI. I'll let it play at full speed again. You can see Sauce, bottom of your screen, a cover 3 shell. What makes this play so impressive? Again, it's the instincts, it's the understanding of zone coverage, but it's also this ability to overcome a cover 3 beater. So speaking about that, let's take a look at what the Ravens are trying to do. They've got these little 2 wide receivers set down the bottom of their formation, right-hand side of your screen. They're trying to sell this as an over and a sail route. So you can kind of see right now they're selling the outside receiver is running an over. They want Sauce to pass him off and to drive on the sail route. But Sauce is smarter than that. He doesn't drive on the sail. Why not? Because look what they're doing. The over turns into this stop comeback, and he's going to come back and try and exploit the space behind Sauce Gardner. You see teams like the San Francisco 49ers and BYU with Zach Wilson, they ran this play a ton. Sauce is so disciplined with his eyes. As he goes to jump the sail, he has his eyes on Lamar Jackson. Instead, he transitions into a backpedal and a hip flip, and he's able to get to that spot and recover. I know that Joyner gets lost and runs into the wide receiver, but realistically, Sauce is going to beat him to the spot here. Does a fantastic job not biting on that sail route, reading the quarterback, and making the play. So what about DJ Reed on the other side of the Jets formation? He also was spectacular in very difficult circumstances. You heard about the passing of his father just before kickoff in the national anthem. This was one of the best games I've seen from a Jets corner since I've been a fan. And I'm being completely realistic with that. That's not hyperbole. He was fantastic. So this is an example. He's on the right-hand side of the Jets formation. You saw him there throughout the entirety of the game. Again, a cover 3 shell. Stop me if you've heard that before. You're going to see him break on the football and cause the pass breakup. So again, what are the Ravens trying to do? With this play action, they're trying to get Quan Alexander, who's the right-hand side linebacker. They're trying to get him to bite on the run fake. He does exactly that, and they want to throw the slant straight over his head and inside the cover 3 corner. But he's smarter than that. He's so intelligent, and he reads the game fantastically well. As soon as the tight end, likely in this instance, turns his head and his shoulders, that's when DJ decides to make the break on the football and get downhill and put his foot in the ground. And he does a fantastic job getting to the spot and using that long arm to cause the pass breakup. It's about timing. It's about understanding. Watch it at full speed. Sees the shoulders go. That's his cue, and he breaks and gets that lead arm to the football. A fantastic job. And then this was really the play of the game for the New York Jets. DJ Reed, that interception in the fourth quarter along the sideline. This time they're in a 2-high, what looks like a cover 4 shell. He's on the right-hand side of the formation. Just watch this at full speed. Butt to the sideline, traditional cover 4 look. And then you see him make a spectacular play at the catch point. What I like about this from DJ Reed is that, again, he's got the eyes on the quarterback. We've talked about the Jets, both Sauce and Reed, and their ability to watch the QB in zone. He tries to squat about halfway through the route, but he sees Lamar wants to throw the ball deep. DJ Reed's eyes are on the football this entire time. He's playing this like a wide receiver. DJ isn't playing this like a cornerback. He isn't worried about where the receiver is because he backs himself to make a play on the football. And at the catch point, look at the athleticism, look at the length, the ability to high point the football outside of his frame and make one of the best interceptions we've seen in green and white in a very long time. These two guys were spectacular. So they were some examples of why I was so impressed by Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed on Sunday against the Ravens. Eye discipline, intelligence, the ability to make plays on the football. They're going to be the cornerstones and the key to the Jets having a great defense. Robert Saleh's going to rely on them, and it was a fantastic start to the 2022 season.